I am going to try so hard not to cry during this video because I am still very upset. Now, if you guys have been wondering where I've been for the last 2 weeks, boy, do I have a story for you. If you're just here for a channel update, then I'll get that out of the way. Long story short is something really awful happened to my computer, and it has since been fixed, and now I can get back on to my regular recording and uploading schedule, so I am back in business. But if you want to hear the story of exactly what happened to my computer, then keep watching. I feel like I see videos from YouTubers like this all the time, where they have a really negative experience with a company, but then they come on camera and they tell the whole story about it, and they start out by saying like, well, I'm not gonna say the name of the company because like I'm not here to bash them. I'm here to bash this company. But in all seriousness, I'm not really here for revenge. Revenge would be great. But more importantly, I just want to share my story, hopefully as a life lesson, but also just in case anyone is thinking about bringing their computer to the same store that I had this experience at. I want this to be out there so you know to not do that. This actually all started about a year ago. I had built a PC for the first time in my life. I was very excited about it. I got together with one of my friends. We got all the parts, we built the computer, and then I couldn't get it to turn on. And I read about this shop near me that had really great reviews, and I will just put it out there once again because I don't want them to do this to anyone else, but also because I have moved pretty far away, so I'm not really worried about any privacy concerns on my end. And I'll just put it out there. We're talking about Malden Computers in Malden, Massachusetts, which is north of Boston, so if you live in that area, tell all your friends, don't go there. And also, don't go there yourself. So I bring it into the shop, I'm a little distraught. They informed me that I had just not plugged in a cable all the way, so I felt really dumb. So I accepted their help, and also, since they were so nice, since they seemed so nice, when they offered to install an operating system for me, I immediately accepted, partially because I had no idea how to install an operating system on a new computer. So I paid them for a Windows 10 license, which you may know is about $100. They installed the operating system, I went home and have been using my beautiful computer ever since, and it's been a lovely time. Now fast forward to about a year later, which was a few weeks ago, I start getting this notice on my computer that I need to activate my Windows 10 license. Now, if you know anything about software or operating systems, you probably know that the only 2 times where you would encounter this message is 1, if you are only on a trial of Windows, or 2, if you're using the same license that a lot of other people are using. So either way, basically, I got scammed by this computer store. That alone should have been an indication to me that I should not go back there, but I had already paid them the $100. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I was in the middle of a very last-minute move, which is a whole other story, and I just really didn't want anything bad to happen to my computer, which is kind of ironic to think about now. I wanted to get this license thing all figured out before I moved. Unfortunately, my first and only opportunity that I had to bring my computer to the store was on moving day. Now, I will fully admit there's many points during this story where I made some seriously dumb mistakes. The first one being going back to this computer store. The second one being calling the computer store, asking them for the product key, which I have already paid for, and hearing them tell me that I had to physically bring in my desktop computer, which is not an easy task, and instead of like pushing back and saying, no, just read me my dang product key that I already paid for over the phone, I was like, okay, fine, I guess, like if you really need me to do that. So there I am in all my sweaty glory on moving day, no makeup on, wearing a Spyro the Dragon t-shirt, probably looking like I'm 12 years old, and I bring my computer in and drop it off. Now I'm waiting at the store for about 20 minutes before I finally ask the dude, "What are you doing?" Now I'm a little animated about this now, but I would like to clarify that I was very nice and very understanding and way too patient with these guys, or this one guy. I was dealing with the same employee. In fact, it was the same employee who had originally scammed me by giving me a trial license of Windows a year ago and charging me $100 for it. Anyway, so I wasn't being as sassy as I am right now. I was being very calm, but I asked him what was taking him so long, because I was under the impression that all you would have to do is look up a legal product key, which he should have at a reputable licensed computer store, type it into my computer, and then give it back, and then I can be on my way and continue moving. And he said it was processing. Now, I should have questioned that. There's another mistake. But instead, I just wanted to get back to packing and moving because I only had one day where I could get help moving my things, and I really needed help because I didn't have a car. So I just said, fine, whatever, I'll pick it up later today. Now, as the day progresses and I'm packing my things, all I can think about is what this dude could possibly be doing to my computer, and hoping, just really hoping, that he's not ruining it. And in fact, he was doing just that. He's had my computer for about 7 hours at this point, and I asked him, just in case anything else happens to go wrong, could I please have that product key that you entered? And he laughed at me, because clearly I'm some kind of idiot asking for the product that I had paid $100 for. What? At this point, I'm like pretty friggin' pissed. I don't appreciate being talked down to. I don't appreciate that he's doing some sketchy shit on my computer and isn't being open to me about exactly what he's doing. I just don't appreciate anything that's going on, but I am too stressed, too tired, too sweaty, just as I am right now, to argue with him. So I bring my computer home, and being a little suspicious, I plug it in just to see what's going on. Now, I no longer have internet access in my apartment at this point, so there's only so much that I could check on, but I did very clearly see when I plugged in my computer, Google Chrome pop up with tabs from pirating websites. Now, what would he ever need to pirate on my computer? Why? Why? Let's just ask ourselves, why should the process of entering a legal product key from Microsoft involve illegally pirating software on a customer's computer? I think I might have been scammed again. I don't have time to worry about it. I gotta finish moving. A couple days later, I'm finally, got all my stuff to the house that I'm living in. I'm living with my parents. Don't tell anyone. I plugged my computer in. I'm so ready to play some video games, get a YouTube video edited, just do anything on my sweet, sweet baby computer. And I experience some of the worst malware, ransomware, and adware I have ever seen in my entire life. I am no stranger to a good old computer virus, but I have never in my life seen viruses that were this bad. The adware alone was really creative. I would get these audio only ads that were associated with background tasks, so it's not like I could just exit out of the window. I had to go into my task manager and end the process that was playing audio for a friggin' Toyota ad. And then of course the process would restart itself. And also the malware was just multiplying and multiplying and multiplying, and I could see these programs just festering in my sweet baby pure computer that I spent so long building and nurturing. I'm not gonna lie, I cried really hard. I knew exactly what happened. Either he had installed a pirated version of Windows on my computer, or, as I found out later is the truth because I got him to admit it, he was using an illegal keygen software to generate illegal product keys for Windows on my computer, on a customer's computer who had paid $100. I was so livid. I was livid, and I did kind of like the standard procedure, you know, you install Malwarebytes and CCleaner and all this shit, and you're running all your virus software, and nothing was working. It occurs to me that not only have I been scammed again by this store, but I'm gonna have to completely reformat my hard drives. Which, if you guys have ever done that before, if you look up a tutorial on how to reformat your hard drive, it's always like 3 techniques to reformat your hard drive, and technique number 3 is physically destroy the hard drive because it's such a pain in the ass to do. I'm getting so worked up right now. Like, can you see how red I am? I'm trying really hard to not get like mad all over again because I have since mellowed out and like moved on from this experience, but whoo boy, every time I talk about it, it gets me worked up again. Of course, I have to go back to this shop and like confront them about it. Like, I'm not the type of person to just let them walk all over me and then like not do anything about it, and at the very least I want my money back. Oh, also I left out this really fun detail. This is probably my favorite part. So remember how I said my Google Chrome tabs opened up when I first turned on the computer so I could clearly see exactly what website he went on to pirate this software or to use this illegal keygen software? Yeah, that was done on my Google Chrome instance that is signed into my Google profile for work, for my job, for my career. I have a career that is very important to me that I have been working towards for a very long time. I am just lucky that I work at a company that is so understanding and willing to help me out. I think someone's at the door. Hold on. Well, that scared the shit out of me. I thought someone was at my door, but I think it's just squirrels fighting on my porch. Anyway, I knew at the very least that it would show up in my search history, and therefore I could get in a lot of trouble at work. Did I scratch myself? Look, I'm so upset that I'm like... So, luckily I work at a company that is very understanding and very helpful, so when I told them about this situation, they simply gave me instructions on how to make sure that my information was secure. They did some scans to make sure that nothing was compromised on their end, and luckily we made it out okay. To make it worse, I work in software, so like I look like an idiot now. Like, I guess that was like the worst implication of what happened to me, was just that I looked stupid. But I can only imagine if I worked at any other software company, like that could have gotten me fired. Dude, I just can't fathom why someone would be so careless with someone's computer. And like maybe he thought because I didn't have makeup on or like the way I was dressed or something, maybe he assumed I was just like a kid with a gaming computer, but like I'm a grown woman. I have a career. I work in software. It's very important to me. Like, shit, dude. Anyway, I just knew I had to go in, I had to talk to them, and like at the very least, I wanted to get my money back. I went back to the store, and the day that I go in, the owner of the store is working there. Now I tell him like pretty candidly what happened and how pissed I am, and the fact that I could have gotten fired from my job, and all the other like lovely things that have happened to my computer, and also the fact that the virus is so bad, or the viruses, the many viruses are so bad that I actually have to completely like reformat my hard drives and basically start from new. He was really good at sweet talking, and by sweet talking I mean bullshitting. He made me feel like he really cared and that he was gonna do everything in his power to make sure that everything was okay. He offered to personally fix my computer, and he was gonna have a talk with that employee. I told him I was gonna take a day or two to think about what I wanted to do. He said that my other option could be getting a refund. Luckily, I did take those couple days to think about it because I quickly realized it would be really stupid to bring my computer back to this place. Like, am I right? Like, I don't care if the owner's doing it or if anyone else is doing it. I don't trust this business at this point. So I head back to the computer store one more time to get my refund, and the same employee is working there. And I also just think it's funny because it's the same employee who was working there like last year when he gave me like the Windows 10 trial or whatever. So this guy has personally scammed me like multiple times. I walk in and you would imagine that he would be like shocked or apologetic or any kind of emotion to see me again. So I go up to him and I tell him like, hey, did the owner like tell you that I was gonna be back because I would like my refund? And he just acts like he has no recollection of who I am. And as he is looking up my receipt, I'm like, did the owner happen to talk to you at all about what I told him? And he said, no, he said that you were gonna come in a couple days with your computer to get it fixed. And I couldn't help but laugh and say, there's no way I'm gonna trust you guys with my computer. And I can't believe he didn't talk to you about this. My computer is unusable. Also, all of my standard like getting rid of viruses tricks didn't work. And I'm trying to explain to this guy exactly why he messed up so bad, and he continues to laugh at me like he had done when I asked him for the product key that I had paid for a year ago. And I'm just like,
do I look like—
you must think I am some kind of idiot. Like, you must think I am a total idiot. So I asked him, I'm like, do you guys do this to like every customer that comes in? He continues to laugh at me and then say that they use this program with every customer that comes in. Concerning for a couple reasons. One, so you do this to everybody, so you screwed over a lot of people. And two, program, pretty sure you don't need a program to put a legal Windows product key onto someone's computer. Surely you don't mean an illegal keygen program, do you? Because that's the only program I can think of that would cause this to happen, and that you would be using with every customer that comes in. And I also politely inform him that the reason that no one else has come in is probably because he's been scamming customers who know nothing about computers and software, unlike me. And I also informed him that I work in software, and I am very aware, based on the breadcrumbs he left everywhere and was too stupid to clean up, that I am super aware of exactly what he did on my computer. I just could not believe the audacity of this guy. He even had the nerve at one point to say that it wasn't a big deal. Like, what about this isn't a big deal? You have ruined my baby. You have infected my sweet baby with some of the worst viruses I have ever seen. I have lost 2 weeks of work on YouTube. I haven't been able to do anything on my channel. I haven't been able to access my editing software or any of my files or anything. I ended up losing 2 recordings that I had ready to upload for you guys that I now have to redo. Like, what about this isn't a big deal? And also, if you're being confronted about doing something illegal on someone's computer, why would your response be to say that it isn't a big deal? Also, cute little detail that I didn't notice until a few days later when I was backing up my files, I saw mysteriously on my Dropbox that all of my files had been last accessed on that day that I brought my computer in. It was moving day. I didn't use my computer for anything else. So the only person who could have accessed those files was the idiot from the store. Everyone that I've told that to keeps saying that he was probably looking for nudes, and like, joke's on you, buddy, it's 2018, all my nudes are on my phone. No, but seriously, like, creepy and also probably illegal. My head just hurts thinking about how someone can be so disrespectful, and when they're confronted about it, like, so up their own ass and like pretending like they did nothing wrong. I didn't even get anything that slightly resembled an apology from this guy. And as soon as I got my money in my hand, I definitely lost my temper a little bit. I didn't yell or anything, but I scolded him pretty hard. And I also informed him of the one piece of revenge that I'm hoping to get, which is that My friend has contacted Microsoft on my behalf and reported their store, and apparently they have a way of looking into product keys that have been distributed by the store. So if they can find any product key that is illegal or not distributed directly from Microsoft, then they can get that store shut down and potentially sued. And at this point, I don't even care what happens. I'm just glad I have my computer back, but wow, would it be satisfying to see that store get shut down, because they were so rude to me on top of scamming me twice and ruining my computer. Anyway, I think that's about as much high blood pressure as I can handle for the day. I am just trying to focus on the fact that I am very excited to have my computer back and be able to do all the things that I love doing on it, like playing video games and making YouTube videos. So if you guys missed me, I missed you too. I hope that you enjoyed this story. I hope that at least from this pain you might have gotten a little bit of entertainment, or maybe learned about a new business that you shouldn't trust if you're in the Boston area. Once again, we're talking about Malden Computers in Malden, Massachusetts! And I will scream that name from the rooftops to make sure no one goes there again. If you guys like this video at all, do that thing, press the like button, subscribe if you had fun. Although I will hopefully not be making a video like this again in the future, so subscribe if you like spooky stuff, and I will see you soon.